Hey YouTube, this is part 2 of what I was talking about. First off, I'm going to say something to Mark because I know he'll be watching these videos. Hey Mark, brother, I know you're afraid of insulting me or offending, having me feel like I'm being offended. Don't ever feel that way, bud. You can never do that. You can never insult me. You can never get me angry. You know. You don't even have to worry about that. Alright, brother? I love you. You know, let me tell you this, Mark. A brother, he just lets his friend go wherever he wants to go, even though he knows that way is the wrong way, does not love him. A brother who walks up and slaps his other brother in the face saying, "What the heck do you think you're doing? Don't you know that can kill you? Don't you know that where you're going if you go that way?" That's the one who loves you. And I respect anyone who comes up to me and say, "Hey Travis, you're wrong here. Here's what it really says in the Bible. You're just misunderstanding it." I respect that, and I love, and it gains a lot more. It makes me feel the respect for you even more. And this is to any Christian out there. So, this part, really hit me. Makes me think: have I been really ministering the right thing? Because if I've got that wrong, what other things have I been wrong about? You know, even the newsboy said, "I do something wrong even though I swore I heard you right." That's kind of like how I feel right now. I just been ministering something wrong, Lord, even though I could have sworn I heard you right. This one, I had a lot of thinking to do. I know he says about lust and adulteries and murder but to me he's referring to spirits. Those are demons. The demon of lust, the demon of adultery, the demon of murder. You know. I know it's in the Old Testament, and I know people say, well, when Jesus died on the cross, he finished the Old Testament, and I believe that too. I know a lot of people say the Old Testament doesn't matter anymore. If it didn't matter, it wouldn't be in the book. Simple as that. It does matter, and it does teach you things. It learns to you what God can do, and that gives him glory. And I know what he said, isn't it? But you must understand, the Lord also says that he is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He doesn't change. People are like, well, yeah, but stuff in the Old Testament won't happen again. You know, the New Testament proves it. No, it doesn't, because look at the end. Read Revelation. Worse things are going to happen. Not just the same old little things that happen in the Old Testament. You know, in the New Testament, things are going to happen that has never been seen on the face of this planet. Imagine that. As in words, look at the flood. Look how it killed everyone except for Noah's family. Alright? Now, picture that. And it says the ending will be like nothing the planet has ever seen before. Wow. And I believe in, I do not believe in pre-rapture. I do believe rapture will happen, but I do not believe it's going to happen before everything goes to waste. Because he tests us every day too. He tests our faith. You know, Even God tasted Jesus' face. The devil was out there in the desert. You know the story to that. Hey, why don't you go up there and throw yourself off? I'm sure the angels will save you and did not know that you are God. Lord said, no, for it is written in the book that thou shalt not tempt thy God. So he even allowed the devil to test his son. We all get tested by how much. This could be a test for me, because this says, I know it doesn't affect people the same way, but this affects me hugely. You know, I've always thought he loved everyone and hated the sin, but he's a just God too. It's hard for me to sink. It's hard for it to sink in. And I read the whole book of Malachi to make sure he didn't forgive him, or or something like that, and he doesn't. He doesn't. This is nothing about that. I read the whole. It's not a very big book. I mean, come on. I think it's only 4 chapters. So I read the whole book. I went through the whole book. Make sure that they just weren't taking one little section out of the verse, and that was it. I know he was speaking to Israel, but to this person, he literally said, I hated Edom, which was Iasu. I think that's how you pronounce it. They did say hated, but that's because he said it years and years ago. Of course, that's past tense. So, I guess I really haven't said much in this video. But my heart and my spirits, and it's mixed up right now. I've got some praying to do. Please send me comments through videos, like I said last time. For they help me to understand. I'm not the best reader. Mark knows that. And because I was born 80% deaf most of my life, and it's easy for me to misunderstand or misinterpret articles and stuff when I read them, and I'm praying for the Lord to heal that. He probably will in his own time. Like this morning, I understood every single word of what my friend was saying when he sent me these messages. So it's weird, huh? How something can just slap you right in the face. It's right in front of your eyes, you don't even realize it. Like I said yesterday, it's time to get serious. Maybe the Lord looked at me and says, you want to get serious? Okay, Travis. Then it's time for you to open your eyes again and hear what I have to say to you. And bam. I want to bring out one more thing. One last thing. And this is my own thinking. This has nothing to do with anything else. This is my own thinking, my own question. You know, I know it says that the Bible never contradicts itself. Okay? Now, I have a problem with that saying. And the reason why I have a problem with that saying is because Jesus, Paul, Apostle Paul, John, Peter, it never, ever says that in the Bible. In the whole word, it never says, my God's words do not contradict themselves, or the scripture do not contradict itself. It's always scientists or theologists or archaeologists or whatever that says that. It's always other people. If it does say that in the word and I'm wrong, please show me the verse. Show me the verse where it says that. Okay? And is there a difference between contradiction and changing your mind? God changed his mind about this with Moses. Moses talked him out of killing all the people. He's like, get out of the way, let me just kill them all. Moses is like, no, Lord. Moses made him change his mind. Isn't that contradiction? Isn't that he said one thing, but another thing happened? I'd like a little meaning on that too, if you get if you get time for it. And I gotta go. It's at 10 minutes 30 seconds. So just let me know. I'd love to hear everyone's advice on this. Like I said, try to send video responses, please. Thank you very much, and God bless.